Hi and welcome to my channel. So the UK is currently recruiting teachers from overseas, both qualified and unqualified. And the interesting thing is that the government announced that they are going to be paying out £10,000 per successful candidate to support them with visa fees, you know what I mean, healthcare surcharge, and just the general relocation to the UK, because they do acknowledge that relocating to the UK can be very expensive. And obviously, this was for both qualified and unqualified teachers. But it's very interesting because in today's video, I'm going to be telling you how you can claim this £10,000. So if you're coming from overseas and you're successful, obviously, how do you get the £10,000? That's something that quite a few people have asked me. So I thought, okay, why don't I do a video on it and just explain to all of you how it actually works with getting the £10,000? Also, it's very interesting because last month, the UK government announced that they will also be offering visa sponsorship to people overseas who want to come to the UK to train to become teachers. What this means is that if you're somebody who's got no experience, no qualifications, you're not in teaching, you've never even considered teaching, if you want to come to the UK right now to work as a teacher or to train to become a teacher, then they're going to pay your tuition fees. They're going to pay you as well to study to become a teacher. And so the government has updated that these people, trainee teachers, are also eligible for the £10,000 relocation package. So I'm going to be talking about, how to get these for both groups, obviously. So it doesn't matter whether you're a qualified teacher, you've got QTS, you're a qualified teacher, you haven't got QTS, you're coming as a trainee. It doesn't matter. How you claim the money is exactly the same process. So if you're keen, you want to make sure that you watch this video till the very end so that you get all the details and make sure that you're aware of what you stand to gain from this pathway. I've done many other videos about this pathway, so you can check the channel for other aspects of this, because for today's video, I'm only going to be focusing on how you claim the £10,000. So if you're new to my channel, obviously you're welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, I absolutely appreciate your time. And look, you don't want to be a stranger on here. If you are somebody who, in fact, you're new here, you haven't subscribed, you want to hit that subscribe button so that you're the first to be notified every single day when I drop a new video on here. And also, I do have a free newsletter where I send information like this directly to your inbox, so you're not reliant on the YouTube algorithm. Also, free visa sponsorship opportunities to move to the UK, so you're not spending thousands of pounds and you're not going bankrupt, getting in unnecessary debt to move to the UK. Also, career progression in the UK is really what I'm passionate about. And look, as somebody who I started my own journey in the UK as a carer working in a nursing home. I then went on to study nursing in the UK as an international student. And after graduating, from my nursing course, I have then gone on to working as an advanced nurse practitioner, which is the most senior clinical nursing position. So look, moving to the UK is all fantastic, but what you do with yourself when you get to this beautiful country is ultimately what is going to make this place amazing, worthwhile, and where you're going to be sat thinking, oh my God, this was a great idea. If you're not progressing in this country and you're broke, look, it can be an absolute nightmare. So you want to check the comment section below and join my newsletter. So I send that info directly to your inbox. And look, I'm going to send it to you daily as it occurs. It's not going to take you up to 20 seconds to join. You drop your name and email and you are part of that newsletter. You can also see my contacts on there if you want to contact me privately, because I do offer personalized guidance through my private coaching program, to people who are obviously part of the program. So you want to make sure that you check that out and get in contact with me if you've got any special questions. So let's get started. So obviously, like we've said, £10,000 relocation bonus, that's how much you're going to get. So how do you claim this? The first thing is that you've got to be successful with getting a job, either as a qualified teacher, unqualified teacher, as someone who is coming to train in the UK to teach. So you have to be successful first. Another interesting thing also is that you're not going to get this money up front, which means that if you are still out of the UK, they're not going to give you the money out of the UK, isn't it? Because otherwise, you may not even travel. You may not even come to the UK. You may get the £10,000 and say, look, I've got the £10,000. Who cares? Why should I move to the UK? So for that reason, you need to sponsor your own journey to the UK. You need to sponsor your own trip to the UK, which means that you need to be successful, and then you need to be able to pay your own flight ticket, you need to be able to pay your healthcare surcharge, you need to be able to pay every single thing that is needed, and then you get to the UK. Once you get to the UK, obviously, you're going to get started with your work. And remember that if you're not aware, you've not watched my previous videos, all of this starts in September of 2023. So that's this year. So if you're watching this right now and you're a qualified teacher, unqualified teacher, or you're interested to become a teacher in the UK, you need to be applying for jobs, because all of this starts in September of 2023, because you've got, is it 2 months? I think it's 2 or 3 months between now and then to be able to apply for a job, do an interview, be successful, get a job offer, get visa sponsorship, apply for your visa, all of that, and be in the UK by September. Because if you miss this window, then obviously you're going to have to wait for the next one if you're interested in the trainee teacher pathway. But if you're interested in the qualified teacher or unqualified teacher pathway, obviously, you can apply for a job at any time, isn't it? Because you're already a qualified teacher. But if you want the trainee position, which is fully funded, so they're going to pay you to study because you're going to university, you need to apply within a specific period of time, which is now. If you miss the window this year, you will only be able to apply for next year's session. So it is very important to make hay while the sun shines. Because look, I'm here all about implementation. If you're watching my videos, you need to be implementing the things that I'm saying. If you don't implement, then certain things are very time sensitive. And as you know, opportunity waits for nobody. Opportunity waits for no one. So please, if you're interested in being paid to become a teacher in the UK, this is the time for you to apply. I've done a video on here, shared all of that information with yourselves. If you've got any questions about this, please leave them in the comment section below. If you need more information, you can also leave that in the comment section below. If you need me to do any detailed videos about any aspect of this, please leave that in the comment section below, and I will be able to do that. And by the way, I don't know if I've said this, but, I've got a private career coaching program where I support with getting free UK visa sponsorship jobs, in the UK, where I support with work from home jobs. I also share opportunities, obviously, on this channel, and as well as side business ideas, you know what I mean, so that you can retire early, earn a lot of money, work less, and live a beautiful life. Because you don't want to work until you drop, or until you're gray, or until you're 50 years old, or until you're 80 years old, or worse still, 100 years old. So, again, career progression, like I've said before, is something that I'm absolutely, immersed in. Because when I moved to the UK, I realized that if I didn't progress in my career, not only was my job going to be very tough, working as a carer in a nursing home, but I also realized that how much I was earning it wasn't even enough to pay my bills. In fact, when I started my UK journey as a carer in a nursing home, I was earning £16,000. It's still really bad now, but at least now it's £20,000, the pay for carers. Look, if you're in the UK, you know what I'm saying. You cannot live on £20,000 in this country. Most of us have kids who've got husbands, wives, who've got families, who've got extended families. 20,000 is not even enough to feed a single person. So career progression is the only thing that is going to enable you to earn more, work less, and be able to retire early by then eventually starting your own side hustle. And that's why all these different things that I teach and that I support with, that's why they go beautifully together. Because at every single stage, there is a time for what you should be doing at that specific period in your career, in your life. So if you check the description box below or the about section of this YouTube channel, you're going to find more information about my private coaching program, the link to join, what it entails, what we do, and all of that. You will get guidance, that personalized guidance with, who is recruiting, how do you apply, where do you apply, interview preparation. You also get access to other members of the program. We have weekly live sessions where we get all your questions answered, to make sure that you're not reliant on YouTube, for example, for your entire UK career. Because look, YouTube is good to get tips, to get information, to get that, but you need to be really careful because it is not tailored advice. For example, I don't know who you are now watching this video. You could be that you're a teacher, you're a nurse, you're a carer, you're not even interested, you're watching this for a family member. I've got no idea. So getting tailored guidance is really what you need to get to the next step, because you're going to watch video after video after video and you're still going to stay stuck. You're going to get those unfortunate emails without the real guidance that you need. And that is why having tailored support makes all of the difference. At least, it's going to let you know what is it that you can do differently from what you're doing now, especially if it's not successful? What is it that you can do, you know what I mean, to enhance your chances in order for you to succeed? Because as you know, there is a lot to gain when you succeed with your goals, whether it's moving to the UK or you're already in the UK looking for a different job to switch your visa sponsorship. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm looking forward to obviously supporting you through that program. So like I was saying, you need to get to the UK first before you can claim for that money, as a teacher. So how do you claim the money? So you need to apply through the Department for Education. So it's the Department for Education that gives the money, not necessarily the specific school that has recruited you as a qualified teacher, unqualified teacher, or a trainee teacher. So when you apply yourself through the Department of Education, then what's going to happen is that the Department for Education, obviously they're going to get your details, isn't it, because you've applied. They're going to contact the UK Immigration Services. That's what they've said. They're going to contact the Immigration Services to find out about your immigration status, because remember that the people who are entitled to claim this money are people that are overseas, which means that there are people that need visa sponsorship. So if you're already in the UK, you cannot claim this money. There are other bursaries and other support and other help that is available and assistance for people already in the UK. This £10,000 is only for people who are out of the UK and need visa sponsorship to move to this country as teachers. So I just thought I should stress on that. But if you like this content, I want you to hit that like button. It lets me know you enjoy content like this and I should do more. If you know anybody that's going to benefit from this, family, loved ones, friends, colleagues, please do share this with them so that they're aware of this information and they know that, look, yes, there is a £10,000 that you can get, but you need to spend the money first before you can claim. So they're going to contact the Department for Education, is going to contact the Home Office, so that's the Immigration Services, to find out about your immigration status, to make sure that everything is on slick. You've got your visa, you know what I mean? You've got the right visa. You're respecting all the visa terms. And that's why I go on about respecting the rules and doing things the proper way. Look, if you're not doing things the proper way in the UK, it may not catch up with you now, but at some point in your life, in your career, it's going to catch up with you. So you want to do things legally from the get-go. Very important. So they're going to be checking with the immigration services to get all of your full immigration history. Have you ever been to the UK? When did you move? Where literally everything. And then once you've gotten all that information about you from the immigration services, they're then going to contact your school. So remember that if you're a trainee teacher, you're going to be linked to a particular school. If you're an unqualified teacher from overseas, you'll be working in a particular school. If you're a qualified teacher, you will also be working in a particular school. So they're going to contact the school because remember, when they contact the Home Office, they're going to get your school details as well as what you've written on your application for the £10,000. So they'll contact your school as well to get information about you. For example, how have you been? When did you start in the school? What about your performance, your absences? Literally every single detail about you will have to be gotten from your school. Again, that's the importance of having great conduct, being an amazing team player, making sure that you understand your organization, you understand the laws, the rules, and you're doing everything on sleek, because it's more like a reference. So your school is going to give a reference kind of about you as a person, you as in who are you, in order for you to get this money. So once the Department for Education is satisfied with the information from the Home Office, that's the Immigration Services, and the information from your employer, when they're satisfied with that information together, then they will give you the £10,000 just after your first term. And remember that since it's all starting in September, your first term will be around December time, which means that if you're moving to the UK and you're doing everything perfectly well, you know exactly when you'll get this money. So September, you're going to get started. You get the money around November, December time, and you get the full £10,000 paid to you. So this is how you get this money. You cannot get the money out of the UK, which means if you've got a job and you're like, oh, I don't have money to use to pay for my visa, I'm not able to pay for my family, my husband, my wife, whatever it is, you need to find the money yourself at that stage to pay, because you're still out of the UK. The truth is that nobody knows whether if they give you this £10,000, you're going to really come to the UK or not. And I think that's why they have decided that only people that are already in the UK, that's when you get the money, even though the money is meant to help you with visa fees, relocation costs, all those things. But unfortunately, they have said you need to get to the UK first before you can get the money. So What do you think? If you haven't subscribed to my channel, you do want to hit that subscribe button now so you're the first to be notified when I drop a new video on here. If you haven't joined my newsletter, check the comment section below and join. It's completely free, and I'll send that info directly to your inbox. If you need my tailored, individualized and personalized guidance, please consider joining my private coaching program so that I can guide you through that. And watch this other video that I did about teachers and 4 pathways to become a teacher in the UK.